Hello everyone, this is Professor Ayiswarya. I am going to teach module number 3, support reaction. So, in this lecture video, you are going to see about support reactions introduction and types of beams. What is meant by support reaction? Before that, what is meant by support? We have to know, right? Support means it prevents translation of a body in a given direction. A force is developed on the body in that direction. See guys, for everything you need a support, right? Even if you have beams and columns, okay, so before transferring the load there should be some support. With the help of the support only the load transmission will take place, right? So it prevents the translation of a body in a given direction, and a force is developed on the body in that direction, so that force will able to stop the translation of the body, right? Reaction means the forces and moments exerted by the object on the supports are called reactions. So wherever the loads of being given and wherever it transmitted to the land surface at that particular point, there is some imaginary forces, or the forces and moments will be created, exerted by that supports is called as a reaction. So wherever you find a support, there you will find a reaction. So that is called support reaction, right? So the introduction of support reaction is when you are designing some building, frame, beams, it is important to know the magnitude and direction of the load that resides within the support. So all of the supports can be located anywhere along the structural element. They are found at the ends, midpoints, or even intermediate points. Okay, so you cannot restrict the support reaction. Like it may be anywhere, wherever you find a support, there you can find a reaction. The type of support connection determines the type of load, and there are like different types of support, different types of beams, and different types of loads. Okay, that can restrict, and the support type also has a great effect on the load bearing capacity. See, it influences the load bearing capacity of, for example, how much ever load it comes, it can able to tolerate, right? So what is mean by a beam? A beam is a structural element that is capable of withstanding load primarily by resisting the bending. Okay, a beam can withstand any type of load. So here you can see a cantilever beam. Okay, so this beam can able to that is made with a concrete and reinforcement, steel reinforcement. This can able to tolerate any type of loading. Okay, here you can see varying types of beams. So this is primarily why the beam has built, means to resist bending. Okay, in order to withstand all the loads, the beam has been built. Okay, so in the engineering, we beams have several types. For example, the first type is simply supported beam. Okay, a beam supported on the ends which are free to rotate and have no moment resistance is called a simply support. See guys, this is an example of simply supported beam. Here you can find a wall and this is the reinforcement. Okay, so a beam is supported on the ends. So at the ends the beam has been supported. It is not allowed to rotate or no moment will be found over here. Okay, the next one is a fixed beam. Fixed beam means, see, here in the simply support you cannot see the column, okay, up to certain level, but in the fixed beam it will be extended. Okay, a beam supported on both ends and restrained from rotation. See, you cannot move this particular fixed beam. Okay, so this is the wall and this is the beam. Okay, it is having stirrups, main bar, and it's a fixed beam. Okay, this particular distance is called clear span, the distance between two beams, and the center distance between two beams is called effective span. Okay, so the next one is a cantilever beam. So cantilever beam means it will be fixed at one end and free at another end. For example, our balconies, right? So here you can see one end is fixed, another end is free. So see guys, so a beam will be provided without support at the other end. So there will be like tensile side and compressive side, right? And next one is a overhanging beam. Overhanging beam means a simple beam extending beyond its support. Okay, see guys, it will be beyond its support. It's not like balconies. It's not. It's nothing like we are giving a top. For example, see here you can find the two supports, and this particular portion is called overhang. Okay, which is supported only at the intermediate side, right? And next one is a continuous beam, a beam extending over more than two supports. See guys, if the beam is large, it can able to be continuously suited. Okay, see guys, for example, it is supported at two beams and in between it has some other support. It is said to be a continuous beam. Here you can see one more example, that there are some four reactions. Where you will find reaction, wherever the supports are there, there you will find reaction, right? So when you find more than two supports, it is said as a continuous beam. And the next one is propped cantilever beam, means one end is fixed and another one is propped, means it's free. Okay, so this is called propped cantilever beam. And this is an example for propped cantilever beam. So guys, so in this particular video I just told you about some 8 types of beams. Okay, types of beams is going to be a very important question for the university exam. Okay, so before knowing going to that types of beams, you should know about what is meant by beam and what for it is used, and what are the materials used for building a beam, what type of stresses it forms, right? So it forms two, that is tensile stress and compressive stress. So these are all the things to be known before getting into the topic of beams, right? So types of beam is going to be a very important thing for the subject as well as for the real life, right? If you're knowing these types of beams, you can construct, you'll be knowing the names of all types of beams, right? Okay, thank you everyone. We'll meet you in the next lecture video. So in the next lecture video, I will be teaching about types of supports and types of loads. Okay, thank you.